Hello everyone and welcome to It Goes Off, a wrap of the round, and what a round it was. Anatoly Bose of the Sydney Kings really stamping himself as a quality NBL player and plenty happening, and to talk us through all the results is Grantley Bernard.
Well, I'll tell you what, there wasn't much to talk about for the Adelaide 36ers at home on Friday night. They lost to the Sydney Kings 94-71. Johnson 14, Warren 14 for the Sixers, but Julian Kazoo, the big sneeze, came up with 26 points and 13 rebounds for the Kings. Aaron Bruce, going back to Adelaide, 18 points and 6 assists. The Kings had this one under control, leading 51-35 at the end of the first half. The Wollongong Hawks, 58, the Gold Coast Blaze, 83. The Hawks absolutely embarrassed on their home floor, putting up only the 5th highest score in team history. Catron 13, Demos 10. Golding had 16 for the Blaze, and Petrie 13 points to continue his comeback. The Blaze was ahead 20-8 in the first quarter of that one. On Saturday night, the Melbourne Tigers 67, the New Zealand Breakers 64. This was a bit of a defensive struggle. It wasn't pretty, but the Tigers got there in the end. Paddy Mills went 5 of 8 from the free throw line in the last 41 seconds to get it done. He finished with 19 points. Cam Tragar had 18 for the Breakers. Wilkinson a double-double, 19 and 13. And CJ Bruton with his 11 points got to 7,000 career points in the NBL. It was a shocker. Both teams only shot in the 30s for their percentage from the field. They had a combined 40 turnovers for the game. The Tigers led by 9 with 4 minutes to go, and then Mills stitched it up down the stretch after the Breakers had come back to tie it. Up in far north Queensland, the Townsville Crocodiles 85, beaten by the Perth Wildcats 93. The Crocs got 21 from Peter Crawford, who went 5 of 5 on threes. Jacob Holmes with a big game for the Crocs, 17 points, 14 boards. For the undefeated Wildcats, it was Kevin Lish with 28 points, a perfect 10 of 10 on freebies. Wagstaff with 14 points. The Wildcats led 33-11 after the first quarter and never looked back. Finally, the Sydney Kings made it back-to-back wins for the weekend. 95 over the Wollongong Hawks, 89. Bose with 24 points and 7 boards for the Kings. Kazoo, 20 points. For the Hawks, Catron 23 and 8, and Demos 20 for the Hawks. This was a real arm wrestle, and the Kings finally got control of it in the fourth quarter with a 36-24 final period.
On the back of some spectacular fourth quarter shooting by the Sydney Kings, and in particular Anatoly Bose, who was able to nail 4 three-pointers in that fourth quarter. Let's take a look at the NBL ladder after 3 rounds of the competition. At the top of the table, it's the Perth Wildcats, followed by the New Zealand Breakers, the Melbourne Tigers, and the Cairns Taipans in 4th position, followed by the Kings, Crocs, Blaze, Hawks, and the Adelaide 36ers.